Hi all. Today I am here to present a seminar about transaction processing systems. What is a transaction processing system? A transaction is any event or activity that affects the organization which occur as part of doing business such as sales, purchases, deposit, withdrawals, refunds and payments. Common transactions include placing orders, billing customers, hiring employees and depositing checks. An information system which is designed to process routine business transactions, that is TPS. It seeks and improves time and cost efficiency by automating repetitive operations in large volumes. It centers around accounting and finance transactions so that we can mainly see this TPS processing systems in banking institutions and etc. Some examples are airline reservation systems, order and entry processing systems, banks account processing systems and etc. So a transaction process system and transaction processing are often contrasted with the batch process system and batch processing, where many requests are all executed at one time. In this seminar we will discuss about both of them and find out what are the differences between them. This is a diagram of how a TPS works. If we take an example, the routines associated with general banking transactions typify the use of standard operating procedures for the handling of deposits and withdrawals, cashing of checks and all other kinds of processes. In a bank, we can see data entry activities, transaction processing activities, file and database processing, document and report generation, and also inquiry processing activities. Now let's discuss about the characteristics of TPS. Here, large amounts of data are processed at a single time. The sources of data are mostly internal and the output is intended mainly for an internal audience. The TPS processes information on a regular basis, which may be daily, weekly, monthly and etc. For TPS to process, the main requirement is a large storage or a large database. And high processing speed is also needed due to the high volume of processing. TPS basically monitors and collects past data. Input and output data are structured that is standardized. A high level of accuracy, data integrity and security is also needed. High reliability is also required. Now let's talk about the types of TPS. TPS is mainly divided into two. They are batch processing systems and online processing systems. A batch processing system. In a batch processing system, transaction data is accumulated over a period of time and processed periodically. Originally, this is the only available option. Transactions are accumulated over a period of time. The time period may be daily, weekly or monthly. The transaction also records accumulated in files and it altogether processes it at one time, so that it is called batch processing. It usually involves the following activities. They are gathering source documents originated by business transactions such as sales orders and invoices into a group called batches. They first of all set them into some batches, which may include same kinds of files. Then the next step is sorting the transactions in a transaction file in the same sequence as records in a sequential master file. And the last step is processing transaction data and creating an updated master file and a variety of documents such as customer invoices or paychecks and reports and etc. The next type of TPS is online processing system, which is also called real-time processing system. The transactions are processed in real time. That's why it's also called a real-time processing system. These systems process transaction data immediately after they are generated and can provide immediate output to end users. It is required for any modern application where time is critical. It is also well supported by client-server computing model too. Real-time processing system works in a full-fledged real-time processing system. It works like a data is processed as soon as it is originated or recorded without waiting to accumulate batches of data. That is, in batch processing system it used to wait for accumulating batches of same kind of data, but in real time a process like that does not happen. It is processed in real time. Then data is fed directly into the computer system from online terminals without being sorted, and it is always stored online in direct access files. Then files and database are always up to data since they are updated as and whenever data is originated regardless of its frequency. Responses to end users inquiries are immediate since information stored on direct access devices can be retrieved almost instantaneously. Here real-time processing depends on telecommunication networks also, which uses online terminals and computers. Now let's talk about some applications of TPS. TPS is used for order processing, purchasing, accounts receivables and accounts payables, receiving and shipping, inventory on hand, payroll, general ledgers. While talking about the application of TPS, the main institution where TPS is used is a simple example is banking institution. Of course, we can see all these kinds of applications or all these kinds of uses in a sequential order in a bank. So banking area or banking institution is the best example for an institution where TPS is successfully used. That's all about my presentation. Thank you.